menopause tips. We're going to get into the do's and don'ts so that you know what to avoid so that you have a better journey on this journey, right? We want to make sure that you glide into this journey instead of slamming in. So we're getting into the do's and the don'ts. Very important video. This video is for you if you are a woman over 40 in perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. There's some nuggets I'm going to drop that I want to make sure that you have. All right. Are you wondering what to do? Maybe you're not even in that space yet and you hear stories, or maybe you know people that say, oh, I don't, menopause hasn't bothered me. All is well. All of us, if you live, you're going to be faced with menopause and symptoms, even if you don't feel them. So we're going to get into that. I am Robin, nutritionist. I help women over 40 get their nutrition in order. And I also help you mitigate symptoms and concerns related to the pause. So peripause, perimenopause, menopause, and beyond. Let's get into some don'ts, and then we will get into some do's. All right. Don't underestimate the power of nutrition in this journey. It ain't going to solve all the problems, but as we go into this space, we are more prone to all kinds of health challenges that are oftentimes lifestyle related. It just, when we were younger, our bodies were more forgiving, but nutrition is a key component. There's going to be some videos around here somewhere that will give you more details on what to eat for us in the pause phase, but don't underestimate that as foundational. There are foods that are don'ts that are known to make hot flashes worse. By the way, hot flashes is like the symptom that most people associate with menopause, but it is one of 100. Like there's so many symptoms. But the foods to avoid if you are hot flash prone would be spicy foods. Sometimes caffeine makes it worse. Alcohol, sugar. Those are some hot flash exciters when it comes to food. So keep that in mind. So again, don't underestimate the power of produce and nutrition in your journey, as well as movement. Now, I'm a nutritionist, that's my expertise, and exercise is not my area of expertise. In fact, that's the area that I struggle the most. However, as women in this space, our need for weight bearing exercise is key so that we could move and squat and do all those things, because as we age and our estrogen and our progesterone and our testosterone, all those things change, that affects our internals. So we need that strength training or that weight bearing exercises to keep our bones strong. So don't underestimate the necessity of weight bearing exercises. As I go along, if you have questions, if you have comments, please let me know. And also like, subscribe, share, all of that. All right. So we're on our list of don'ts, and we're going to get to your list of do's. Don't think that you are who you used to be. Who you used to be in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, wherever you are, you're not that anymore. So the foods you could eat before may not work for you now. The lack of sleep, the things that you used to do are not, it's not you anymore. And we have to know that we're on an evolutional journey. I think of it like we're riding a mechanical bull. You're trying to stay on. Life is trying to knock you off. But sometimes we get stuck in who I used to be, and staying in that space is not useful for us. You're changing all the time. And in this pause phase, all kinds of, we're having a hormonal just chaos going on inside. So even as we go through the decades, what used to work for you in your 40s or your 50s, now you're in their 60s and you got to change again. So be understanding that you cannot be married to your old self. It will do you a disservice. So don't think that the old you is the you today. You are evolving. Also, Don't just rely on blood tests to give you the full picture of your hormones. Mhm. There is another test that can use dried urine and sometimes saliva. This is the other thing, when oftentimes when you're going to your traditional provider, they may not do these more investigative tests and give you a picture that's not full, right? So my next don't is, don't just rely on blood tests. When I get into the do's, we'll talk about that a little bit more. And when it comes to this pause phase, people think, oh, if I don't have hot flashes, or I don't have mood swings, or if I don't have whatever the common symptoms are, I'm good. There's internal things happening with our heart, with our bones, all kinds of stuff that we don't relate to menopause. Like I had heart palpitations. I mean, what? Why is my heart palpitating? That's a sign of menopause. And we also hear about frequent urination. You might have ringing in your ears. There's so many symptoms, ladies, that you wouldn't even think. High blood pressure, high cholesterol. I will do more videos about that as well. You let me know what you want to know more about. But don't just think it's those common symptoms. And if you don't have those common symptoms, that you have survived or that you are good. No, there's all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes. All right, so those are the don'ts. Let's talk about the do's. My shirt ain't right, y'all. Let's talk about the do's. Do keep an open mind about this journey. Do be patient with yourself, right? Do understand the power of nutrition. Again, there's videos about that, so I'm not going to go deep into that, but do understand that. And there's a video that talks about what to eat as a woman in this pause phase. Do understand the necessity of getting your hormones checked. Don't go through this space without having the data that you need. And remember, I mentioned in the don't just think that it's just your blood work. So I have in my arsenal of my team, my wellness team, is my traditional providers that takes insurance. And I also have integrative or naturopathic folks on your team that can go a little deeper. Because if you're trying to figure out what's best for you, you need to know exactly all the things that are off kilter. And based on that, once you get your hormones checked, and again, I mentioned urine. Urine is really, really good, depending. That ain't my expertise, but I'm just telling you that's the type of person, or you need a provider that can do those things and help you assess what you are low on, because there are ways to mitigate that. And on this channel, we're going to discuss all of it. But be it that there are hormone replacement therapy, other modalities that you can use. There's a whole lot of things available, ladies, to us, but we have to know where we stand and then take action, because left alone, your bones are going to deteriorate. Your brain is going to deteriorate. All these things are going to happen unless we act upon them through nutrition, through hormonal adjustments. So do get your hormones checked, and do stay open-minded to remedies for that. Because I talked to my mom, who did very little, because that's just the way it was. You're going to go through menopause. That's just the way it is. And then you can see the quality of life for women who do nothing, and then the ones that are proactively doing something, nutrition, so lifestyle related, and then looking at what needs to happen hormonally, how we need to jump in and mitigate that, be it hormones, bioidentical hormone, or HRT, or other natural things. We got to do something, or our bodies just, the estrogen, all this stuff is just going to change, and we're going to have some challenges, like it or not. So do stay open to that. Where am I? Do what else? Because I'm looking at my notes. I have to say, do talk about this to your other girlfriends, other women. Talk about your experience, because when we talk about it, then we could say, oh, that's happening to you too, or oh, I didn't know about that. And our symptoms could be different. I have a friend that she has night sweats. I don't have night sweats, but I have frequent urination. She didn't have that. We have all different things, but when we talk about it, we can say, oh, geez, what do you do for that? And I want to tell y'all what I did for frequent urination, and I am good now. Let me know if you want to know about that, and I will do a video about it. So they're just, we got to talk about it. We have to have these discussions. And on this channel, I'm going to talk about it all. So let me know what you, again, what topics you want to talk about. And as we continue to go, I'm going to talk about it. And then lastly, do look at and be open to participating in the Necessary Nutrition Pause Plan. That is a program that I created that is at minimum, you have it's a membership, I would say, for a year. And what you receive and what it's designed to help you mitigate symptoms and concerns related to the pause. And we get deep into all of that. I only go so far on YouTube, but when you're a part of the pause plan, Necessary Nutrition Pause Plan, we are connected and we go deeper. But what you get, first of all, you get nutrition support. So I have structured out your meal plan, your meal guide, so that you're having enough calcium and magnesium and protein and fiber and all those things, because that's foundational. So that during the pause plan, it takes the guesswork out of what should I eat, when, how, and etc. So that's a part of it. And then we have live programming where we bring in experts on HRT or alternatives to that, your pelvic health, the list goes on. We bring in experts where you get to talk to them live in ways that you wouldn't otherwise have access to, that we'd be charging you astronomically, but they come into the space and talk with us live so that you can get your questions answered. So there's nutrition support, there's live programming, and then there's classes on demand that if you need information or details about pelvic health or reducing anxiety, that we have classes that you can say, okay, that is something that I need to know about. And they've already been pre-recorded for you. So we have our live programming, we have our classes on demand, and then you have your nutrition support, and I am there with you. So this whole time, I am answering your questions and supporting you nutritionally along the way. And you get vitamin D with the pause plan. Vitamin D is critical to human health. And wow, like that is so foundational. So part of the pause plan, we make sure that you are good on your vitamin D. And so what I want you to do is in the down bar, check it out, read the description, see if it makes sense for you. And I would love to be a part of your journey. And I guarantee you that if you participate in the pause plan, you will reduce, mitigate symptoms and concerns, and you will feel better then. And you will be empowered and knowing what to do. All right, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, and make sure that you check out in the description or the down bar more about the Necessary Nutrition Pause Plan. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know what else you want to know and what else you want to hear. Peace and blessings. I will talk to you soon. I'm laughing because I look like I'm short, guys or ladies, but this makes me look so much shorter. And then when people see me in person, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're short," and I am short. So, but I really look like I'm tiny in this chair. That's sidebar. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Peace and blessings. This is Robin, nutritionist, Necessary Nutrition.